to those old lies. Follow your dreams, you'll see what you can be when you believe. Never give up on your dreams. That shining good your world can be. Reach for your dreams, believe you can be what you wanna be. Follow your dreams and you'll see that shining good your world can be.
Yeah, I did see that. Yes, it was awesome. Yes. You know, I have to say, it was the best thing I've seen in wrestling, and I can't even remember the last time I had that much fun watching wrestling. Yeah, it's a dilapidated boat. Awesome. Yeah, loved it. Oh, they're here. Oh, hold on, let me do my review. All hail the Gubzlef army, and what have I for you today, my friends? Well, I have Unite Warriors, UW-07, Bruticus, yeah. You know, I did do a Hasbro review of Onslaught and Vortex, Blastoff, Brawl and Swindle, but Facebook never put those up because he's a moron, that's why. I don't know why he didn't do it, but I did this, and so when this came out, I'm like, okay, if I do the Japanese one, for sure he'll put it up. So yeah, so I'm doing this one now. So let's just get right to it really fast, quick as we can, get through this entire review. So let's go and hired hands. Good man. And yeah, let's turn it to the front. And through the magic of cameras, hey, look, there's a better picture of it right there. But look, a really good picture. I really like that artwork of Bruticus. I think it's fantastic. Now let's show the back and magic time. Boom. Look at that picture right there. Yup. And we can see Onslaught, Blastoff, Vortex, UW-07, Bruticus, and that says Decepticon, Combaticons Combiner, Bruticus. And that says something about 1985, talking about the cartoon. And then there's Swindle and Brawl, and that says Scramble City. Yeah, we love Scramble City. Alright, back to the front and open up the top and bam, another picture. Because right now I've actually opened an empty box. Yes, but you're seeing what it used to look like. So there you see them all set up, and then look at the top. Bam, another picture. And yeah, so again, it shows Bruticus, shows the Combaticons, them in robot vehicle mode. And they show Bruticus combined, you know, Onslaught, Blastoff, Swindle, Vortex, Brawl, and the tech specs. So let's see. His strength, he has the strength of 10. Intelligence is a 3, still smarter than Felsbug. Speed is a 1, endurance is a 9, rank is a 5, courage is a 10, fire blast is an 8, and skill is a 6. So right there, all of it done. And then, bam, back to the video. Oh, here I am the whole time. Yeah, and actually, surprisingly, I was moving my mouth, even though you couldn't see it. I am a very dedicated puppet. So let's just go and get right to the reviewing. And man, it's an awesome figure. Let's just start with that, yeah. You can pretty much sum up the reviews. It's an awesome figure. Yeah. So let's do this. Fantastic. Hurry up there, hired hand. Push the button. Alright, so here we have Brawl. And the main thing they did was they matched the colors for the hand foot. Right there. And just so you could see, him compared to the Hasbro Brawl with repro labels. Pretty much identical paint jobs in vehicle mode that I can tell. You know, I haven't turned them into robot mode yet. But yes, so pretty much identical. Put them back to back. There you go. So let me go to the next. So here we have Swindle. And again, they match the colors right there. I do like the purple. Look at the purple on the back. And the silver that they put in. And let's just go and bring out the Hasbro So again, the Hasbro, they didn't color the wheel wells. No purple, but this is painted, this is not painted. You go to the side, you have a large area of black, whereas here they painted, you know, the silver. The hand is painted, not painted. Go to the back, and there you go. The Hasbro actually has a little bit of purple paint there, whereas the Takara just has the purple plastic. So, yep, let's go to the next one. And here we have Vortex, and I really like the darker gray that they used. They used this blue. I'm surprised they didn't use more of a turquoise because the original figure had that greenish blue, but it looks fantastic. And let's go and show the Hasbro version right here. And there's a big change that I was like surprised, and that is with the blades. The Hasbro version just has the single blade, whereas the Takara, 4 blades. So yes, one change, but overall pretty much the same. Again, this has the repro labels on it, and I will be getting a set for the Takara version. So yep, there they are. Let's go to Blastoff. Okay, and here we have Blastoff. And this is the one that really I just can't see any differences between the Takara and the Hasbro. I mean, probably the biggest difference would be, hey, they've got a new foot hand design here. So I'll show that off for a moment. And then, of course, we'll just put them both side by side, you know, because, yeah. Let's just take that off, because this was the original versions. But really, when they're side by side, I mean, you really... I just can't tell the difference. Nothing, you know. Space shuttle. I mean, I don't know why people complained at all. I mean, yeah, really, just absolutely can't tell. And here is also, well, one other difference is the gun. There's a brand new gun mold right there for Blastoff. It's very nice. Whereas the other Blastoff, you know, he had this basic gun that a couple other figures have come with. Yeah, so there you go. We'll move him to the side, but yeah. So it doesn't matter. I mean, we could look at this one if we wanted to, but really, you know, yeah. I'm being highly sarcastic, yeah. But yeah, I do like the fact that they actually did a new mold, especially with the chest. There's a lot of differences. It's very G1-y cartoon chest looking. And I like that. The feet are even G1-y, the way that they go together. From beneath, it looks like that. So it's very cool. And what I really like is that in robot mode, you don't see this. They actually went and covered it up using this, I guess, canopy to cover it up, which is awesome. So very, very nice Takara. I am very happy. I love this Blastoff, yeah. So let's go to see Onslaught, the leader. And here's Onslaught. I'm looking amazing. The colors on it are just fantastic. And it really looks so good. You know, and I like the Hasbro version of Onslaught. I thought it was fantastic. But then when I saw this, it's just like, wow, that's amazing. And like I said, I have not transformed these into their robot modes yet. But yeah, let's just see. And here is the Hasbro version, and of course I have the repro labels on them. Yeah, and it's nice, but when you compare this, which looks good, but you know, this is all gray, and then you look at that, I mean, if you just put it this way, side by side, and then you just move this one out, yeah. There's a difference between these two. And yes, Takara is just delivering amazingly on these. And you know, if you see the stickers, repro labels, but really, wow, it just looks fantastic. Can't wait to get them into robot mode, so let's just do that. Hide hands, hurry up! Now, here we go. We'll do the transformation just for Blastoff. Now, one thing under here, which is very cool, his gun. It actually has a spot that you can put it under there, so you just pull it out. Of course, there you go. And also you come here and pull out these fins right there. Once you do that, going to just go take this, flip this way, up like that, then take the whole nose cone and flip it down. Head goes up here. Arms can go out to the side like that. Now we're going to take the legs, or the wings go back, separate, and just like so many, pull out to the side, flips down, pull out to the side, flips down, locks in there. Once you do that, we're going to flip down the feet, here, here, and I just realized, hide hands, you moron, you did it the wrong way, like this. Are you listening to what I'm saying? So this part here, then after this, so this part here, we're going to push down like this, push it like this, have this, hands down, and our little tail fins, we just go and right here, push these two, put them in the back like that, and there is Blastoff in his robot mode. So let's take a nice close look. And this is why we love Takara. I mean, Takara delivers again and again and again. And yeah, look at that head sculpt. And it is Blastoff. The chest, and if you've watched the G1 cartoon, yeah, that's where they got the chest from. And yeah, if we go down, lots of details. The feet too are completely G1. You know, and the hands, just something interesting. That the hands, they have little holes in them. You know, just like Rook. You know, but they still went through with the design to design the fist, and on the top, which looks very nice. He's got his nice little blaster here. Let me move that out of there. And yes, he just looks fantastic. Hold on. Let's do this and try to move the camera there. Hide hands. Yeah, cut off his head, hide hands. That's exactly what we want. So, yeah, but if we look there, you can see the whole body, the side view, and the back view. Right there. And then we'll put him by his doppelganger right here. Boom. Yeah, this is the Hasbro version of Blastoff. And really, yeah, there's no comparison on them. One thing I love is that they did this with the chest, because as far as I know, he is the only flying limb. Like, the vehicles cover up the chest part, but of all the flying ones, they're all, you know, they've all got the chest piece connector opened up. I don't think there's any. None of the helicopters, none of the jets I can think of. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but if I am, it's Felsbug's fault. But yeah, so I love, love, love his design, his look. Yeah, just fantastic. And articulation, well, he's got it. He can look down because of transformation. 360. He can't look up though. Shoulder, 360. His arm can go out here. Under the shoulder, he's got 360. His elbow will go all the way. It's awesome. Of course, he's got this little waist. To the side, he's got ball joint right there. So you got forward, back, out to the side. 360 under the hip. 90-degree knee. And he's got a little bit of sway right there. So yes, very well articulated figure. Fantastic. And I love it. So let's go to the next one. Alright, the Takara and the Hasbro version of Brawl. automatically you can just see the face, the fluorescent orange, the red face mask right there. You could see the gray. Here's a gunmetal gray, whereas this is more of a cool gray coloring. On the chest, not painted here. Here you have a little bit of silver. You have the guns are painted in the same gunmetal gray over here on the side. This is a gray color, whereas right here is the same color as the chest and has a Decepticon symbol and two little blue spots right there. Move them back. And you've got the arms not painted, painted forearm, painted fist. Over here you've got some silver apps, whereas here it's just two little red dots. Over there in the legs you could see the just plain gray, light gray, and here is the gunmetal gray again. Now one thing I will say, this arm here on him is a bit loose, whereas here it's not loose. So I have to say that actually I was disappointed by the arm right there. I don't think this arm could hold the... If it's a little gun like this, it could hold it, but this, it's not going to be able to support the weight. So, let's move to the next one. So, here is the Takara Swindle, and here is the Hasbro Swindle. And you can just see how different these are. You know, they're the same, but also very different. You know, the face, this one just pops more. You have the purple up here, purple in the chest here, silver, the gray, you know, here. And here, of course, in the middle are all the stickers. Just so you know, in this, on the arm here, that's a sticker. You know, over here, repro labels. Let's move these guys back a little bit. And if we're looking at them side by side, you could see over here, the extra paint apps here. We've got right down here, the fists are painted, whereas here, not painted. Yellow. Here's the yellow going through. Here's a bit of black in there, which is always good to have some extra black. I like how this goes from the purple and then from the gray right into the purple. So it kind of all fits together, whereas here is just the yellow color all the way down, and this is painted purple. And then you have the gray, whereas here it's the yellow, and then go to the yellow. We have the gray plastic again, and here black. Move it all the way back. And then here you can see some differences at the bottom, which is here, it's kind of sloppily painted, whereas here, nicely painted, a little bit extra gray there. So you just see the two side by side. So yeah, either way, Swindle's a winner. So let's go to the next. Night and day, night and day. I mean, really, you could just look at these figures and go, wow, yeah, this is a night and day case where just paint job alone, you know, and a big difference. They're telling a different story. You know, like this is much more colorful figure, whereas this is much more serious, awesome looking figure. And yeah, I really, really love what they did. I love that they gave him the 4 blades instead of the 2, you know, because then of course in the back, you know, instead of having just the 2 blades up, now you've got this little W in the back. Yeah, it just looks awesome. Yeah, the look of him is fantastic. Here, a lot of colors, you know, which is nice. Now, one disappointing thing, and I have to show it because I have to show negatives. I mean, and this is rare. I don't think I've ever had a Takara that messed up that symbol like they did there. So, bummer on that. But, yeah, you could just see. And this, of course, this one here has the repro labels. So you might go, wait a minute, but what about all this nice? Yeah, those are repro labels in the middle. That purple line is a repro label. Repro label, repro label. You know, just to make it fair that, hey, this one doesn't have any repro labels, and he just looks awesome. Really love his look. So we can go on to Onslaught. And finally, the leader, Onslaught. And man, I really Wasn't expecting to love this guy as much as I do. He just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, really, really amazing. Just fantastic. Wow. I knew Blastoff I was going to love, but this, I might even love him more than I love Blastoff, and that's saying a lot. Just looks so incredible. And gotta again mention that this, he has repro labels on him, which help to pop a lot of the details in the chest here, on the sides here. He's got a lot of extra stickers, whereas here it's just all paint apps and just looks absolutely amazing. And even the little details of, painting the guns silver on the tops, whereas the other ones are just plain gray. Let's move them back a little bit. Over here. Over here, so you get a little side by side. Hopefully my camera doesn't die on me. There. Alright. You gotta buy a better camera. This one stinks. Alright. So yes, as you could just see, just the coloring. I love that they painted the little details, those little springs between the arms. They painted the fists. Little details that just really pop the whole figure. That little line being painted on the chest. Just fantastic. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to see them together as Bruticus. So let's just skip all past this. Hey, I love the Takara more. It looks wonderful. Love that blue. It really just awesome. So, hired hands, assemble the Bruticus. Is that a word? It is now. Assemble the Bruticus. Almost forgot to show a transformation into arm. But whether it's leg or arm, the only difference is really in leg mode, you collapse the leg. That's it. So to make them an arm, you put the two legs together like this. Chest, we're going to open it up. I'm going to take this piece here, flip it this way, then close it like that. And then there's some little grooves in there. It's just kind of going to sit in those grooves. So he put his head down here, then we're going to close it up. So, yeah. This piece and this piece, they go in there. So it's not going to be 100% straight. It's not like this completely straight up and down. It's kind of an angle a little bit, which does bother my OCD quite a bit. But, you've got to just do things sometimes. So the arm comes down. Flip down the arm. Flip it up like this. Right there. Now, the wings on the back. Take them out, and we're just going to put them back over here. Like that. And then, of course, the last thing we're going to do, pull out the arm. And if you can't figure out how to do the fists, then there's nothing I can ever do to help you. So, yeah, you flip it out. And it's going to be this arm. So, yeah, up this way. Yeah. So, yay, there's an arm. And the foot is just shortening it. So that's really it, nice and simple. So let's check out Bruticus. So here is Takara's Unite Warrior Bruticus all assembled and looking amazing. The only thing I feel bad about is the light just washes out the face mask a bit. But yeah, you can see there it is. But really just looks fantastic. The silver on the guns in the back look amazing. Just the colors on this are really, really fantastic. I'm just very impressed with this figure. Just all the colors seem to work together. And let's move them back here. And hired hands, let's move the camera back. So if we pull it back, on hired hands. Do it smoothly. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. But yeah, you could just see the two figures and how they just stack up together. They really have two different feels to them. The Takara just has more metallic silver paint on it, which helps to pop it. Now the Hasbro version, of course, has the repro labels, and I'm probably going to buy them for the Takara version too, because yeah, I love those repro labels. Yeah, it's one thing I agree with Felsbug on. Repro labels are awesome. But yeah, I mean, the two of them look fantastic side by side. Hey, hired hands, let's point out some details there. Hired hands, if it's possible. Right, okay. Now, of course, we're seeing, the browns, which really tie together here. Using the brown, you have the gray, which kind of goes along with this gray. You have the purple, Swindle, and then you have a green color, which doesn't match with anything, but it's there. It doesn't match over here either, the green. But yes, just really these two figures look phenomenal. I mean, between the two, yeah, of course, I prefer the Takara. Mostly because one, Blastoff looks amazing. Look at that black right there, it just pops it. But also this chest area. And Onslaught, that blue that they used is just perfect. How good Vortex looks. Swindle, how he just pops. I mean, really, I would say, Brawl versus Brawl, they're basically the same. I mean, there really isn't a big difference. So I can't say, oh yes, definitely, the Takara is better. No, they're about the same. But when you look at Onslaught, the winner, Takara. When you look at Blastoff, clearly the winner is Takara. Vortex, Takara wins. Swindle, Takara wins. So yeah, just looks amazing. The figures, articulation is exactly the same, as Bruticus, so no need to go through that. But yeah, amazing looking figure. Let's have our final thoughts and we're done with this at last. So, what are my final thoughts on Unite Warriors Bruticus? It's fantastic. I'm going to give my opinion. My opinion is this is fantastic. And it was a total reason to wait for Takara to bring out their version. Yeah. Because, hey, Felsbug went out, he rushed, he brought Bruticus. I was like, hey, Gubzlef, why don't you do a review of Bruticus? And I did. Yeah, actually, I did the reviews for all 5. And you know what happened? Yeah, exactly. Nothing. Felsbug didn't put them up at all. All that hard work for nothing. But I had to do this one because, hey, I really like the Hasbro version. But I like the Takara version even more. Yeah. There's just more to love. And it just looks amazing. And even though Brawl has a little QC issue with his arm, I still love this set. The other parts are tight. The other figures are all tight and nice and good. It just seems Brawl's arm, you always get one. It's the one thing that's been killing this series. Mostly Combiner Wars. Is the QC issues. Yeah, I also did a review of Victoria, and hopefully Felsbug will put that up. Yeah, where I kind of go over the problems with it. And how can you recommend a figure that actually has a big problem, big QC issue? And they're just like, yeah, there's a problem, but it doesn't kill the figure, so you just deal with it, losers. Yeah, but that's not this figure. This figure is awesome. It's fantastic. You want my opinion, I say go ahead and get it. So, yeah. I'll save my rambling for later on other things that I want to ramble about. But this figure gets the thumbs up from Gubzlef. If I had thumbs. I just got these little T-Rex arms. They're awful. Foo, why did you do this to me? But yes. Great figure. You should go out and buy it. That's my opinion, and as you know, it's the only one that matters. So, all hail the Gubzlef army, and Gubzlef out. Alright, hide hands. Now you shut it off. It's been a while. Why you give me the thumbs up? You know what I need to do? I need to hire that Senior Benjamin, And then I'll just set up a massacre. And keep your arm out of the way. I saw that, you tried to reach around me. Where are you, Senior Benjamin? Where are you? I need your help now. I have to call Fu. Maybe he knows, Broken Matt Hardy. Maybe I can buy him. Wait, are you allowed to buy people? Is that legal here in Taiwan? No. Hired hands? Are you going to push the button? Yes, do it. Do it or you'll be deleted. Delete! Delete! Delete!